Sewing buttonholes in jeans. Firstly, how to choose sewing threads. My preferred thread manufacturer is Gutterman. This is their Sew All thread, and it is plenty strong enough for sewing jeans. Recognise it by the creamy white spool, and I quite happily use it for top stitching as well, if I haven't got time to swap threads. This is their extra strong thread. As the name says, it gives extra life to your seams on really hard-working jeans and comes on a grey spool. And this is their top stitch thread, which is silky and is thicker than the other two threads and is wound on a yellowy green spool. Buttonholes in jeans are not easy for the home sewer. Automatic buttonholes don't look right. You're not looking for perfection. This is one way to achieve the authentic look. Be prepared to do testing. Dig out all your denim fabric scraps. You will need jeans machine needles or top stitch needles. I'm going to use extra strong thread in the needle and for the bobbin. Despite all the advice that tells you to loosen tension when sewing with thick thread, I assure you, you want it tight, top and bottom. I like to keep a special bobbin case for extreme tensions rather than mess about with my standard bobbin tension. Tighten the screw clockwise. Testing will help you get it right. I'm using a standard zigzag foot. And also a braiding foot for the cord reinforced buttonholes. I'm using the top stitch thread as cord. It's much the same as the traditional gimp thread. Cut a generous length and thread through the braiding hole. The thread will be encased in the zigzag, and this will make your buttonhole stronger. So to testing, do loads of trials. You won't regret it. Your jeans have involved hard work and you don't want an amateurish looking buttonhole. To test the tension for thick thread, get the straight stitch right first. I'm using a stitch length a little shorter than the standard setting. For the zigzag, I found a stitch width set to 2.3 millimeters and a stitch length of 0.8 millimeters works best for these buttonholes. Here is the underside looking good. I have the top tension as tight as it will go and the bobbin tension so that there is resistance when pulled. See, no loops. As a general rule, I start the buttonhole just under 2 inches from the waistband edge, with a stitch width of 2.3 millimeters and a length of 0.8 millimeters. If you have the feature on your machine, set it to stop with the needle down. Take a few stitches straight, then start to swing very slightly to the left. When you see about a ½ inch of stitching emerging from behind the foot, you are ready for the turn. Reduce stitch length to 0.4 millimeters. With the needle down, raise the foot and turn the fabric a little. You will soon learn how much is needed. Do one stitch at a time with a turn in between. Until you are more or less pointing towards the beginning. Then, very importantly, reset your stitch length to 0.8 millimeters. Straighten up when you reach the beginning and do a few more stitches to finish. That's not bad. And the underside is very neat too. Let's do that again on a waistband mock-up. In practice, the top of the waistband will be to the left, with the body of your jeans to the right. The end of the buttonhole should end up about 3/4 of an inch from the waistband edge. The beauty of this method is that you can do it on any basic zigzag sewing machine. Getting good. Yes, practice makes perfect. For extra strength, use the corded buttonhole method. There are other feet you can try that have a hole to take the cord. Use a generous length of cord in front of and behind the foot. Leave it alone as you sew. It will fall into place within the zigzag. You don't need to guide it. If your machine is not good at starting and stopping with single stitches, turn the hand wheel by hand, as I am doing here. Sorry, this is causing my sewing table to wobble somewhat. Using a new sharp needle, keeping your machine free of fluff and properly oiled, especially the hook race, will solve many of the problems sewers experience with sewing denim. This may seem like a long process, but from my experience, setting up the automatic buttonhole method takes longer. If you manage to do this number of buttonholes, and with the reverse side as good, you'll be ready for your jeans. Neaten your threads by taking them to the wrong side and knotting or sewing in. Finally, the cutting. I like to use a buttonhole cutter like this. It's precise and is safer than using a stitch ripper. Finish with scissors and tidy any rogue threads. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. Like many sewing tasks, it takes trial and error to find the best way. If you enjoy these free sewing tutorials, please consider supporting my site, AngelaCain.com, by subscribing to membership or buying sewing patterns and ebooks. Please subscribe to this channel to be kept informed of new tutorials. A thumbs up below ensures more free videos. Thank you very much for watching this one.